Over the past few months, we've been bringing you stories as part of our Share Kindness campaign. Last September, for Everyone Has a Story, we introduced you to 12-year-old Briana Lopez. She's battling leukemia. At the time, her mom donated bone marrow, but it turned out she was not an exact match to Briana. Now, Briana has relapsed, and she is in desperate need of a new bone marrow donor.
All it takes to find out if you're a match is a simple cotton swab on the inside of your cheek. These swabs have been responsible for saving tens of thousands of lives, thanks to the incredible organization Be the Match.
Because of the kindness of strangers, more than 80,000 bone marrow recipients have had a second chance at life, like the two you're about to see right now. It is an emotional day today as Shauna McLaughlin, a bone marrow donor, finally meets her recipient, Markel Karras, for the first time amongst family and friends.
It's been a very long year.
Across the country in Phoenix, Arizona, a 7-year-old named Anna DELANEY is nearing her 100th day of recovery after a life-saving bone marrow transplant from blood cells sent from a European donor. What do they both have in common? They were given a second lease on life through BeTheMatch.org, the world's largest registry for bone marrow donors.
Her curiosity is what I love most about her. She's interested in the world, the universe, and seeing new things.
So Anna, last December, started coming down with these high fevers that were very persistent and didn't go away.
And then finally, we hear we're going to be referred to the bone marrow transplant clinic at Phoenix Children's Hospital. 6 months later, we learned it was chronic active Epstein-Barr virus, which, when we looked it up, was really scary and definitely life-threatening.
When we first started looking for donor marrow, we started with our other daughter, Margaret, who was 4, and she was not a match. So then we went to the Be the Match registry to see what was there, and there was 2 out of the entire registry. We had 2. Unfortunately, both of them were unavailable.
That was a hard moment for me. And then I want to say about a week later, they said, we believe we have a really good match here. And then a few days after that, we found out that the donor indeed agreed, and she did 3 weeks of chemo, and August 17th, she had her transplant.
And the funny thing about a bone marrow transplant is it's kind of anticlimactic. It just happens in the room, and it takes a couple hours, and they bring it in, and I held the cells in my hand, and I just looked at them and thought, this is so incredible that this came from halfway across the world. It literally is something that you regenerate. You don't have to give up anything to donate.
It started by swabbing a cheek, and it turned into a long life for a beautiful little girl.
It's 100 times better to be back in our own house.
Melissa has become a full-time nurse and says support from community has been overwhelming.
My daughter is the bald-headed girl you see on Facebook or in the grocery store. And to be honest, I think she's never looked more beautiful. I think about our donor a lot. So I hope to meet him one day and tell him from the bottom of my heart how grateful I am to him for saving our daughter's life.
Since 1986, Be the Match has helped more than 80,000 transplant recipients have a second chance at life. Recipients like Markel Karras, who at 18 was diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia and leaned heavily on Be the Match's registry for finding a donor. Even Markel's twin brother wasn't a match.
I urge everyone who is old enough to get on the registry because it really will save thousands of people's lives. It saved my life.
It was honestly a very painless and easy process, and it was just such an incredible thing to think, wow, there's somebody out there who has my blood and these cells in her, and that helped her beat this terrible disease.
I can't thank her enough for sharing her kindness towards me, and I urge everyone else to share their kindness, even the littlest amount that you have.
It can be a small thing that you do every day, and it can be this huge gift of kindness.
This year we've experienced random acts of kindness, deliberate acts of kindness, and anonymous acts of kindness. And I think a good theme for our family this year and beyond would be to share kindness.
So awesome.
We are very happy to report
that Markel and Anna are both happy and healthy, but there are many other people who need your help. As we mentioned, our friend Briana Lopez is one of them.
To help Briana, go to our website, klgnhoda.com, to find out how you can join the National Bone Marrow Registry. One swab from your cheek could save your life. And we're going to have more about this in just a minute.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.